साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Hello everyone, welcome today to do the program on Tuesday the 22nd of March, and again our humble thanks for joining us today, for making us a parcel of your spiritual journey. Hello Ariane, so I'm joined in today as MC with Ariane, and of course Linda is leading the meditation today. And how have you been, Ariane?
Really, really well. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
And you,
I had
Rita?
a great day. Very great day, actually, because with Shri Mataji's birthday, I went in for at Pratishthan here in Pune, which is her, used to be her home. So we had a big birthday celebration, which was the 99th birthday, which was absolutely fantastic. And we had fireworks. I love fireworks at the end. So it was beautiful. And talking about beauty, I do want to thank you for an amazing program last week on Friday.
Thank you.
What a great journey, the meditation within of introspection, reflecting within ourselves, that reflection of the love for oneself and for others as humanity. And of course, talking about Shri Mataji's birthday, the greatest gift that we have got of self-realization, that light within to allow us to see ourselves, to help us mature and grow. And of course, with that, our heartfelt appreciation, gratitude, and love for Shri Mataji, which was yesterday as her birthday, isn't it?
Yes, and Shri Mataji does say that it's, for once we have our self-realization, every day is your birthday, because every day when we meditate, we are taken care of by this beautiful motherly energy that takes us into this serenity and beautiful peace and joy and love. So how lucky are we?
Absolutely, yes. Actually, it was just by chance we ended up because we had most of the week they broadcast, obviously the online programs that happen in India. So they've been playing birthday talks. of Shri Mataji for programs that they did in Delhi, in Australia, and wherever. Yes, every time that's what Shri Mataji has said. It is your, it is your birthday. It is, and that is so true. Never thought, even though I've heard it many times, it kind of didn't really gel till somehow this year. And as you just said, yes, every day we are meditating. Every day it is amazing. Yes. And and I suppose that's that light within that we get, isn't it? We all kind of grow at our own pace, and we all kind of mature. And as we day by day, we see that difference within ourselves. So, talking of that, what's the topic of today? Because we've got Linda waiting.
Yeah, so we have a wonderful presenter, Linda, tonight. Hello, Linda. She was going to talk about surrender.
Ooh, so does that mean hands up, give me your wallet and jewelry?
She's going to
surrender all my wealth to all your wealth to me. Thank you very much. Is that what you're doing?
You won't get very far on my wealth, I can assure you, but I've always got more than I need. Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you.
Do we have any new people with us today? Can they let us know or not? I'm not sure of the technical side of that question.
Well, I suppose people can just, if there is anyone new, if you could just raise your hand up, we'll know with that. And so, Linda, did you want to just tell us something about yourself or your journey in Sahaj while we're waiting to see?
Oh dear. How long have we got?
I knew you would say that. I've known Linda for quite a few years, and I was just telling Ariane, our job as an MC is actually redundant because Linda is just such an amazing person to lead today's meditation.
Help me out here. I don't want to get an ego. Play me down. Yeah.
So we don't have anyone who has raised their hand. So if everyone that's here has been here before, Linda.
Has been before, lovely.
Yes, that's right. Yes. So the floor is all yours. The floor is all yours if you want to let us know what you're doing for the program today, and please.
All right. The subject for today is surrender. And we always or often have no idea what that means. Like Rita was implying that you surrender your money and your goods. But tonight we're going to learn about the surrendering to the all-pervading power of love. And that will bring us into feeling ourselves so much more complete. Apart from the fact that we haven't had to give anything away, all we do give away with surrender is negative subjects, things about us that we would like to shed, but haven't got any idea how to do that. So tonight I've got a few little things that will help us, and I would like to begin with, for the new people, we'll raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in bandhan, and then I can begin explaining more about surrender. So a hand roll around the left hand, we look up to the ceiling, tie a knot. Second time, we tie 2 knots. Third time, coming up, we tie 3 knots. Do it with really, really good attention. And now the left hand is sitting at the left hip, and our right hand is going to bring our Kundalini energy over our torso and head and back down the other side. That's 1, and we're going to do 7. Keep your attention inside. I've lost count. So the raising of the Kundalini, we can never do that enough. We don't just do it before or after a meditation. We raise the Kundalini, as I've said, before a meditation, when we've completed our meditation, because every time we go into thoughtless awareness, into meditation, we drain out some of the untruths, or it's like coming with your cup full. And after we start using the techniques of Sahaja Yoga, that cup starts to empty of impure knowledge, untruths, things we don't need to have in there from the past. And that cup starts filling with the pure knowledge and the pure love. Got a noise coming. So we raise our Kundalini before we leave the house, before we get into the car to go somewhere, before we go into a building where you've got a feeling that you're going to have negativity facing you. There are many times where you feel uncertain, and that is the time to raise your Kundalini and put yourself in Bandhan. It brings us into a peaceful and balanced state. And I often use the analogy that once you've raised your Kundalini, if you bring your hands up like I am, and you close your eyes and bring your attention into the center, so that the past doesn't exist, the future hasn't happened yet, so that's neither existing. And the only thing that matters is the center, the now, the present moment. And feel that peace. So raise your Kundalini often. It comes up as little strands, and the more strands we bring up, the more powerful and deeper our meditation will be. So I'd now like to introduce you to Shri Buddha. Shri Buddha was born in 563 BC and known as the Lord of the Ego. He was a wealthy prince who renounced the world and was the first to achieve God realization. His message is not to develop ego. He teaches humility. And we all know how the ego and humility don't seem to mix with some people we have to deal with. If we can see that if the right thing happens at the right time for us, then we don't have that I did it, I've done it, I do it sensation within us. We basically have surrendered because it happened or it just worked out. And that happens to me in particular a heck of a lot of times, even in a day. And you're constantly saying, thank you, I knew something would work out. So the thing to be is in the center of our spontaneity. If we can maintain that, we're definitely on the right path. So Lord Buddha helps or controls our ego. We can give our thanks to the divine for the attention to our spirit. This is represented on the left side of our brain, or the left hemisphere of our brain, and down the right side after crossing around the front of the forehead and down to the base of the right side. We must respect Sri Buddha to respect our chastity. Sri Buddha tells of a story where he was sitting on a bank and there was a boatman coming along. He was playing a single stringed instrument. And it dawned on him, obviously by what he heard or what he saw, that if that string was too soft, there would be no tune at all. It had to be firmer. If the string was too tight, it would snap. So here we have basically the left and the right channels. The right side of ego is always ready to snap or be snapped, and the left side of the past, of the emotional side, which can cave in easily if we're not in the center. It gets wobbly. Where we need to be is just perfectly tensioned in the center, in the present moment. So now we are going to listen to a prayer to Sri Buddha, where he says, I surrender, or he suggests that we surrender. I surrender myself to my self-realization. I surrender myself to the universal way of spiritual life, or Dharma. I surrender myself to the collectivity of self-realized souls. And I surrender myself to the Holy Mother Kundalini. We're going to now listen to this being sung. It's absolutely beautiful. So just sit back and relax with your eyes closed. We'll listen to that. That's right.
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि gacchami sangham saranam gacchami buddham saranam gacchami dhammam saranam gacchami sangham saranam gacchami buddham saranam gacchami dhammam saranam gacchami sangham saranam gacchami buddham saranam gacchami dhammam saranam gacchami sangham saranam gacchami buddham saranam gacchami.
Very peaceful, very calming, beautiful prayer. You can find that on the internet, on the website, in quite a few different forms, and they're all absolutely delightful. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about a story, a little story about a little thing that happened. I was waking. I certainly was not awake. But as I was waking, I realized I had words flowing through my head, and they were ideas and thoughts about surrendering with paper, scissors, and rock. So, how many of you remember the game we used to play as kids? So, I tried very hard to get up and write these words and this whatever was happening to me, but it seemed to be disappearing as fast as I was writing it. So it gave me the idea, and presumably the right thing is to find my own way of saying it. So we're going to begin with scissors. So scissors, what are they? They don't have the power to bend or give in any way. They stay fixed and sharp. Do we want to be that? Once they're cut, it takes time to mend or heal. So we have to be kind to ourselves and others, see our mistakes, and watch them heal by facing our own faults or recognizing our ego. And it's not always easy to recognize our ego because we've had no concept of what it's been doing, and it has basically been controlling us. We have two hemispheres of the brain. One is the ego and one is the superego. This is the past. Oh my goodness, I'm not good enough. I'll go and eat worms. Or I am the greatest and I know everything. I've done everything. So I don't need anybody else. So what are our scissors doing? Are they snipping away at our weaknesses of ego and conditioning? We can easily pop Mr. Ego. Sahaja Yoga has techniques for cleansing or clearing these issues. Our scissors can cut through the fog to give a clear view of this beautiful world and of this beautiful self that we've not recognized before. They can snip out the misidentifications of the I, me, my, and mine. So let's not cut ourselves, but ask, where is my attention? Stay calm, listen to your Kundalini as she lovingly guides us all the way if we let her. So we surrender to the divine power of the Holy Spirit. So let's put our right hand across our forehead, tilt it down a little, and affirm, Mother, I forgive my past, I surrender my past, and I surrender my ego. Just let it go. Feel it drifting off on the polished side of your scissors. The more we do this exercise, the better, as far as putting our hand on our forehead and forgiving ourselves. So now we come to a rock. If we let it, a rock can block the pathway to freedom and weigh heavy as unpleasant emotions like guilt trapped in time. A rock may be like a dam holding back the flow of life itself if we let it. Does it block our most important quality at the narrow gate, the point of forgiveness? What is our rock doing? Does it stand proud and firm? Is it a strong foundation for further growth? Is it like a yoke to be cast off and free our spiritual selves? It can remove suppression if we roll it away and avoid judging others. Have no concern. Others have got their own lives to sort out. If they want help, we can give it, but we mustn't impose ourselves on them. So let's lift our rock off of our head and let our vibrations flow. So we can say here, Mother, I surrender all my insecurities to the motherly, all-pervading power of divine. Now for this, we can put our hand at the back side of our head. I'll say it again. Mother Kundalini, I surrender all my insecurities to the motherly, all-pervading power of the divine. Mother Kundalini, excuse me, I forgive my past. I surrender my past. Say that a couple of times. Mother Kundalini, I forgive my past and I surrender my past. Now we come to the paper. Paper can be used for so many things. It can wrap things, cover things, be stuffed in to hide imperfections, holes, whatever. It can also cover our eyes from seeing beauty and truth. It can cover our minds from recognizing or accepting that truth. It can cover our pathway to freedom. What is our paper doing? Sahaja Yoga meditation can remove this cover to see beauty in all nature's gifts. Self-realization removes this cover from our hearts to feel the joy of pure love coming in with the cool breeze of vibrations. We have the powers of self-realization to let our paper fly off away on the cooling breeze of spiritual awakening and wrap it around us to feel the love, to share this love. And we can wrap it around others to let them feel the love. They too are seeking their salvation, their awakening, or what it is that keeps their sense of needing to keep searching for answers. We can help them by spreading Sahaja Yoga and passing the message on. We can surrender all our karmas to the now. May they be blown away by the cool breeze of the Holy Spirit. Mother Kundalini, I forgive my past and I surrender my past to you. Continue again. Mother Kundalini, I forgive my past and I surrender my past to you. Now we'll hear a talk from Shri Mataji.
Shri Sahasrara Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Namo
in Sahaja Yoga, we have never tried to overcome the desires by taking sannyasa or running away from the house or for all kinds of things that are being suggested. The first thing that is done is that you get the light of your spirit. Spirit is the reflection of Sadashiva. In that light, he shows. He is just showing the path. The spirit is just like a light which is burning and which is showing the path. In that path, you yourself become so wise that you walk in the light of wisdom, that you walk in the light of righteousness. Because whatever is destructive is seen through the light of your spirit. You start giving up all that is destructive. Nobody has to tell you that give up this, give up that. You yourself realize that this is wrong and we should give up. This was, I should say, my own understanding of human beings. Because these are the days where people are in complete illusions. They are in a conflict all the time, struggling even to exist. Under these circumstances, everything would have failed if we had started with taking a sannyasa and then going to Himalayas and all that. If you have to do this for the masses, something has to be done radical, and luckily I've been able to find out a way by which you can get your sprouting, your realization. Now some people who get realization have to understand certain things, because as you know, there are many people who have got realization. I don't know how many, I don't keep count. But what is lacking in them is surrendering. It's embarrassing to say, but it's a fact. This is the only condition of modern Sahaja Yoga, that you have to really surrender. If you start using your brain, if you start using other methods to understand Sahaja Yoga, you cannot. You must surrender. And as Islam is nothing but surrender. Islam means surrender. And if that surrender is not there, it is impossible to establish anyone in the kingdom of God. Surrender is not that you should give up your family, give up your children, or give up your houses and homes and your properties. Surrendering is here, give up your ego to begin with, and then give up your conditionings. But first thing, as I said, is surrendering. In surrendering, actually, you develop a kind of a state where I would say you become a sannyasi from within. That means nothing can dominate you. What is a sannyasi? Is a person who is above everything else. Nothing can stick to him. He just looks at things and he knows what it is. He may not say. He knows everything and he doesn't do whatever is wrong. He is so detached that in that detachment only he can see what's wrong with people. He starts seeing his family people, he starts seeing other surroundings, everywhere he starts seeing what's wrong. And he does not identify with them. It's very surprising. You see, it is so clear cut that this light definitely gives you tremendous wisdom and balance. Supposing you are walking and you can't see the road, you may fall down. But if there's little light also, you can see it. And this is what Sahaja Yoga has done. It's given you very little light. That little light itself has been sufficient for you to give up so many things. So when we talk of ascent, we talk of a higher life, we have to become sannyasi, like the lotus that comes out of the pond and no water can stay on that. Even the leaves of lotus, no water can stay on that. Just like that we have to become. We don't have to wear sannyasi's dresses, nothing of that. But from inside, a kind of a detached attention is there, which immediately locates the problem within you and without. And also in Sahaja Yoga, you know how to overcome that. It's a very effective, efficient system. But for that again, to achieve that, you have to become Shiva within, means detached. As Shiva is completely detached, you have to be detached. And that detachment will give you the same wisdom as Shiva has. So this is the quality one has to understand. Surrendering doesn't mean outside things to be surrendered. What is there? These are all stones. What are you surrendering? Surrendering means cleansing yourself completely, getting completely detached. Detachment is the only way you can rise. Some people get sick. They make such an ado out of it. I am sick, the whole world should know I am sick, 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 sick. But if you are a Sahaja Yogi, you should just watch. Oh, so I am sick, all right, let's see. Just like a sport. Just watch. I am sick. So, what's happening now? The temperature is coming nicely, it's going down. You just sort of a playful, mirthful attention. So the first thing of surrendering is important to reach the state of your spirit of Shiva and Sadashiva. But the second state is that you have to now think of others. First it is, as they say in Sanskrit, is vyashti, means individual gain. You get the individual gain. And then it becomes samashti, means the collective. You have to work it out on collective. People who never even got realization, nothing of the kind, have been doing so much organization and this and that, while you have got everything. So now it is important that you should now extend this light to others.
Just bring your attention to the top of your head, to what we call the Sahasrara. Close your eyes and stay in the meditative state that you probably achieved while listening to Shri Mataji's beautiful words.
Thank you so much, Linda, for this absolutely delightful, peaceful, serene program on surrender. Absolutely so calm. And so I have learned new things about surrendering, and also for this beautiful music from Richard Leach, that is a local player, a Sahaja Yoga practitioner from Perth, and he plays beautiful music. And what a lovely choice that goes so well with the topic. And all these ideas, you know, about the scissors, the rock and the paper, and helping us to understand that really it's not, because even I sometimes think, oh, I'm not good enough because I have to surrender and I have such a I'm a Westerner and there's no hope for me. Is this sometimes a chat that I get in my head? But the way you explain it, yes, we can do it. Let's not panic, and we can do it in simple ways, because Shri Mataji has given us really the simple ways. And as she said in the talk, that she's given us even such a small light. And that's enough for us to get these little difficulties we face to make it smooth again. So thank you. Isn't it, Rita? So amazing.
Absolutely. Oh, I just loved the way when she was doing the paper, it's like, and then it envelopes you, and I just could just feel that being wrapped in. It was just beautiful. And you know, and I said, just amazing. Even the explanation with the cup, you know, it drains out all these untruths, and then you're filling it in with the positive one. And just surrendering, you know, the self-realization is just that I could just see this whiffing of clouds happening, you know, with all the, you know, just that absolutely look. And the music, I mean, that is one of my favorite songs, and it was such a beautiful rendition and of you know, the appreciation of the mother and the surrender and you know, that love and the protection. It was just absolutely amazing, Linda. Thank you so much for that
Lovely.
journey today. It
Thank you
was
for giving me
beautiful.
the opportunity.
Anytime.
It's been wonderful. And Deborah Ekman is the lady who sang the mantra.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's from England.
Mm.
Yeah, and she sang for us on our last program that we did as well. She's got the most beautiful voice. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
really lovely.
Heavenly. And as you said, it was the greatest. Yes, and the video with Shri Mataji explaining, and I was just giggling to myself actually when I was saying about, you know, hands up, give me surrender, and because as I was getting ready, it was not something, and as you said, Linda, it's not something that you plan. It was just popped in my head, and I'm thinking that's a strange one. But now I know, because it's exactly something Mother had mentioned in the talk, and it became a beautiful little
Yeah.
little piece to go with what you were talking about. Absolutely. And as you said, Ariane, we do that, you know, that little chat. And that's why what, you know, in the meditation, as you were saying, Linda, that, you know, I forgive the past and I surrender my past to you as you're doing. And that absolutely helps to, you know, stop that chit chatter and because that's what each of those has, you know, when we're thinking or we're not sure, we are unsure, all of that has a root somewhere in an experience or somewhere in. I was just this morning we were talking about with my mom that, you know, it could be our experience, it could be a family experience, it could be a conditioning from, you know, the culture, the society, the country, and each of those roots ends up in one of these negative kind of connotation in our head. And that's what it is. It's just surrendering those to, you know, find that root and surrender. Absolutely.
Yeah, we've got so many compartments in our head that we're unaware of, and there's quite a lot that are still yet to have the door opened, but it's busy working through it. It's a work in progress.
Yes.
And something that I thought about with the paper rock scissors. So everybody who heard this has now got sort of a theme, and I'm sure you'll start thinking of other things that rock can do or the scissors can do. And I had so much written down, but I couldn't, I didn't have time for all of that. So I had to choose.
Yes.
But you will think of your own paper, scissors, rock, where it's jammed, or have you moved it aside yet?
I had a lovely experience once when my son was a teenager, and he was giving me a little bit of a challenge. And I had a lady who told me, you as a mother, you have to be like a rock, because he needs to have somewhere where he feels like he's
secure.
Yeah, because everything changes so much when they're becoming teenagers. You know, there's too many changes. And I always remember this analogy about you as a mother have to be the rock for them.
Yes.
So that was just a little example. Yeah.
And we have to be like the Rock of Gibraltar for Sahaja Yoga, and just stick with our understandings and spread it, and just grow with it and become a larger and a stronger base, stronger set of what would you call it? The foot of a building. What is it? The
foundation.
Yes, we have to get a strong foundation going. And we've been working at it, of course, for a number of years. And I think all of these problems that have been happening around the world is bringing people back and closer inside to their own spiritual movement that's taking place, because they realize that having everything can be taken away just like that. In the floods or the tornadoes, I mean, there's so much of it happening, and you feel for them. You really do feel for them. But we're hoping, of course, all of us, that they will soon get their self-realization and understand what is more important.
The spirit within.
Yes,
Exactly.
the journey within. That's right. And I suppose that's what with the topic of surrender that you've done, Linda, is becomes very important. Is Ariane, the topic that you did last week of introspection and journey, because both of them, I mean, to be the rock, paper, and scissors, to see that journey within and that introspection within, and all the time being kind to yourself, being forgiving to yourself, being, nurturing, loving, with look at the positive, look at where you have gone, how many steps you have climbed, not how many steps you have gone back, not how, so that kind of positive reinforcement to help you grow is very important.
Yeah. Introspection to me is, I recognize when I'm introspecting, if I've said or done or thought something, and I think to myself, was that the right way to think, to be, or act, or whatever, and why did I do that? So it's like you're looking back. You're not delving into it, but you definitely look back, and you can see how far you've come when you do look back. And that's what we've got to do more of. Be grateful for how far we've come.
That's right. So that's facing ourselves without, sorry. Yes, pat yourself on the back. So that's facing yourself without the guilt, isn't it?
Yes,
because
definitely.
As you said, Linda, when you're looking at it, you're looking at what you're doing and the action of it. And so facing yourself gives you the strength to not do it again. Because if you're feeling guilty or you felt bad about it, you're feeling sorry, and then the next time you're doing again. So that growth cycle
you get
doesn't
lost
happen,
in that. You've just got to face what you did and how to correct it, and watch out that we don't do it again.
And
that's the only way forward. Yep. We can't
And
hang
then-
on to guilt. It's very
And then-
uncomfortable.
Now, absolutely. Now, I think we were going to do a little question and answer session, but I think it was just such a beautiful meditation. Please post your questions in the WhatsApp group, and we might finish off, Linda, if you don't mind, with raising our Kundalini, putting Bandhan on, if you could lead us with that. And we've got some
Certainly.
beautiful flute music for anyone. Please stay back for meditation to help your attention settle down. And thank you so much once again for an absolutely amazing evening.
Beautiful program.
Thank you.
meditation and
And
knowledge.
thank you
And
to
see you
Lee. I
Friday.
couldn't have done it without Lee.
Yes, thank you, Lee. Of course,
Lee can pop
Lee.
in.
Ah,
Thank you.
She's my right arm.
and there's a topic on Friday as well. I think it's joy. Do you know
Oh,
the
lovely.
topic? Uh,
I had
it's
that.
Chris and Kamlesh
Yeah.
will be presenting.
Yes,
Oh, that would
Chris
be
and
wonderful. Lovely. All right, so we'll raise our kundalinis to finish. Rotate from the base of the spine around the left hand, taking your attention up above the head. Tie a knot. Second time, from the base of the spine again. Watching the left palm. Keep your attention inside, then your hands disappear over the top of your head to tie the second knot. Then the third, raising. Because we have 3 channels, we raise 3 times and tie 3 knots at the last one. All right. Now the bandhan are protective barrier against negativity, but it puts us in a state, if we do it with good attention, it's not just something we do with our hands, we actually have to have good attention. So bring the kundalini energy from your left side over the top of your head and down the right side of your body and back, which counts as 1. We have 6 more to do. We do 1 for each of the major nerve plexuses, centers, or chakras, whatever you call them. Now bring your hands into the center. Bring yourself into the center. Take your attention way up above your head and give thanks to your kundalini. Thank you, Mother Kundalini. Jai
Good
Shri
night.
Mataji.
Good night for now, or good evening, good morning.
We could say good day.
Good day, absolutely good day. I will see you again on Friday. Thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.